Welcome back to News Geelong on our 300th program tonight. Have a look at that wonderful cake and the sparkling times ahead. A journey that started back on December 9, 2009 and has seen us grow with our great city and its surrounds, with the positives of news involving people, organisations and events, and of course you, our viewers, who tell us that not only enjoy the program and its content, but that it is hoped we carry on many more seasons to come on Channel 31 Digital 44. Please keep up your valuable support. And we're going to eat the cake after. Dr. Peter Larkins is one of Australia's most renowned sports medicine practitioners. A Geelong boy from the beginning, Peter still enjoys visits to his home city. News Geelong spoke with the good doctor on his recent visit as guest speaker to the Geelong and District Football and Netball season launch held at Buckley's Entertainment Centre. Buckley's is best and the GDFL season launch for 2013. And our guest speaker for tonight was Dr. Peter Larkins, very well known to us by voice and face, and a former Geelong guy. Isn't it welcome home, Peter?
Thank you. Good face for radio, as people did say. But no, it is home, yeah. And being around at Buckley's and Breakwater and having lived in McKillop Street and running past the Breakwater, I really feel like I'm in home territory.
Before I get down to the nits and grits, I mean, one little story you told was the Trevor Billingham story and the great man who started Little Athletics and your involvement in that.
Well, I was, because I went to St Joey's at school, did all sports, but running, it was in my family with my older brother, and as well as doing the other sports, athletics was a big thing. I used to go down to Landy Field before Little Athletics even started and watch my brother run in the afternoon comp, and Trevor saw the young kids standing around, and we used to run up and down the back straight. And when the gun went off, we'd have races amongst ourselves, even though it wasn't officially a part of the comp. And he got the idea to start a little athletics competition for kids in that morning competition. And out of that, from 1961, grew Little Athletics from the 1962 and 63 onwards.
Peter, congratulations on the way you spoke tonight. The wealth of knowledge that you must have up inside the grey matter there is absolutely amazing. And you kept the crowd enthralled with the variation of the subjects you were able to talk about and the difference in football you've seen over the years.
Well, what you're saying is I'm an old person, so I've seen a lot, and that's how I was able to talk about it. And it is. I mean, I started around footy clubs with my uncle Pat Whelan, who was one of the trainers at Geelong, and I went down as a 7-year-old kid, about the same time I started running at Landy Field. So I saw footy in the 1960s at Geelong, and I played there and trained with the club as a schoolboy when Billy McMaster was coach, and I was hoping that I may have made it as a football career. And I went back as a club doctor in the 80s, and so I've seen footy at Geelong evolve. And over the last nearly 20 years now, I've been working in the media side of footy, and I've seen footy get bigger and bigger and bigger, and all the different aspects that have changed in terms of the way the players prepare and the size of the players and the speed of the game. And we've only got to look at a video of a 1980s game and look at the game of, say, the grand final last year between Sydney and Hawthorn, or I prefer to look at the 2011 grand final, I must say, between the Cats and Collingwood. But you see the quality of the footy that was played, and you see that footy has changed, and I've tried to keep up with that and help explain to the viewers about what goes on, not only medically but also with the fitness.
And medically, keeping up with the technology and the changing in the game, the health and welfare of the players, very significant.
It is. I mean, the players are highly tuned athletes these days. There's no more sort of a slab of beer and a sausage after a game. They're going through recovery stages. They go and get their ice bars. They have their massage and that. And so the preparation of the player as an elite athlete has required that the medical care keep up to date with that. And the AFL is lucky at least to have very highly qualified doctors who are at the games, at training during the week, helping out the players with sore spots. If they do get an injury, they get very sort of quick care with their shoulder or their knee to get the injury sorted out. So the players are very well looked after, and then they've got all the fitness staff around that. So footy's changed enormously, become more professional, which is a far cry from what it was when I was a club doctor originally at Geelong.
And thank you very much to Dr. Peter Larkins. It's one thing to sit in the classroom and learn the theory of different elements of farming, to then go out and put it into practice. The students at the acclaimed Marcus Oldham Agricultural College do that with mastery that recognises the significant level of success. Meryl Friend joined the boys from Marcus Oldham to file this story.
And I'm joined with Sam Inglis, Director of Farm Business Management here at Marcus Oldham College. Now, big significant day having the opposition leader here. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, it certainly is. It's an opportunity for the future leaders in agriculture in Australia to really come to understand what are some of the issues that they're going to have to confront. And I think we're particularly fortunate to have Mr Abbott and Mr Turnbull here to explain the policy that these young people hopefully are going to be able to take advantage of.
And also, it's a really significant part of our Australian education and agriculture. And what is it that in the learning here at Marcus Oldham, how is the theory and the practical joined together?
Obviously theory underpins a lot of what we do, but we're very interested in how that theory works in the real world. So it's very much an applied approach to education. Sure, the theory is important, but these students here come from all around Australia. They operate in a whole range of different environments, so we need to give them the skills to be able to apply the theory in a whole range of different environments and different enterprises across Australia. And that's really been our forte for 50 years. We've had that as our basic policy, as our basic educational framework.
So you'd have students travelling again all over the country as part of their practical?
Today we've got students from the Northern Territory, from Queensland, Western Australia, Tasmania, South Australia, you name it. We might happen to be based here in Victoria, but we're very much a national agricultural educational institution.
Thank you, Meryl. You enjoyed that. The top fashion company L'Oreal has brought its Future Wool top-rating exhibition to the National Wool Museum in Geelong, the first time outside Melbourne, as part of the L'Oreal Fashion Week. Our Lady of Fashion and Etiquette, Meryl Friend, reports.
We're here at the National Wool Museum where another stunning exhibition is being held, Future Wool, all about merino wool and fashion. It's part of the L'Oreal Fashion Week and it's down here until the 19th of May.
It's the L'Oreal Fashion Week exhibition on wool. It's sponsored by the Australian Wool Innovation Organisation, which is part of the Woolmark brand, and it's the only exhibition of the L'Oreal Fashion Week that is actually going to be outside of Melbourne, so it's a fantastic opportunity for Geelong.
And these are from creations all around the world as well?
Yeah, there are actually 14 different countries that are represented here, so we've got Australia, China, India, the US, just to name a few that are here.
And you're a bit of an expert yourself on the old merino wool.
No, not really. I guess the thing is, it's Australia produces 85% of the fine merino wool that's used in all the world's clothing. So that's a significant industry for our farmers.
And this is an amazing exhibition. It's running until May 19th.
That's correct. So 19th of May. So come down, have a look. And also while you're here, you can also see the other standard exhibitions on how wool was initially farmed in rural regional Victoria and how that drove some of the investment in Geelong.
There is so much going on at the National Wool Museum at the moment.
There always is, and only yesterday our national the Lego Green City Challenge, that just finished yesterday, and it was fantastic. My kids were here for an hour and a half. It was great, and then I dropped downstairs to the Black Sheep Cafe for a coffee, so it was perfect for mums and kids alike.
From the National Wool Museum, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. Great presentation, great fashions. This is News Geelong, Friday night from 6 till 7, with the latest in top Geelong stories, as we go to a break and return with more news after this.